So at this point, I might have a little bit of a problem with Facebook Marketplace. I'm starting to take it literally everywhere I go. And well, my fiance is not the biggest fan of it either. Recently, I've been buying boat after boat after boat. It's just hard for me to pass up on a good deal. Oh, by the way, we're getting another boat. Don't tell my fiance.
Oh, folks, so we have a lot of cash right here. We're going to buy another project. Really shouldn't be doing this right now. I just finished the Bass Cat, and I'm getting married in 10 months for those of you who don't know, so I should probably be prioritizing my finances to the wedding, but I guess we'll just explain this one to the fiance later. This is one of those deals where it was like if I didn't do it, I'd be regretting it, but if I did do it, I'm probably still regretting it, so it was like a lose-lose, win-win. This is gonna be interesting. Rachel, if you're watching this, I did not buy another boat. For all my subs, guys, we got another boat, and I'm towing it home right now. I'm pretty ecstatic. I'm very nervous because I don't know what I've just got myself into, but we picked up the surprise. We are towing it home right now. We're approximately 5 minutes away. This is a new beginning, I guess. It's pretty crazy. So I'll see you guys at the house. All right, folks, we are back. We ended up getting stormed on last night. So I got the boat pulled in the driveway. We had to get it all covered up. Now it's the next day and it's here. This is honestly sick. I thought the Bass Cat was like an awesome build, but I am 10 times more excited for this one. So without further ado, the new project is a Stratus 294 Pro XL. I am super pumped about this boat build. This was so random. This was not planned at all, I swear. I literally posted the video finishing up the Bass Cat, went on Facebook Marketplace that night and came across this right here. If you guys thought the Bass Cat was sick, wait till you see this thing. It's in way better shape and has way more potential than I believe the Bass Cat ever did. So the backstory on me getting this boat was just kind of random. I went on Facebook Marketplace, I saw it, it was intriguing to me. It was not in the budget, but I went there, I talked to the owner, and the owner, his name was Bill. He ended up living super close to my house. It was like a 20-minute drive. I can't believe it was that close. Like, that rarely happens. And Bill was just such a class act guy. He hadn't used the boat in 2 years. We just hung out and talked fishing for a super long time and came to a deal on this boat. So Bill, if you're watching this right now, thank you so much for this opportunity. And with all that being said, we're gonna do something fun. Instead of me telling you guys exactly how much we got this boat for, we're gonna have a little giveaway. Leave a comment down below and guess exactly how much I paid for it. Everybody who gets the correct price is gonna get put into a raffle for a giveaway. So leave a comment down below right now how much you think I paid for this thing as is, as it sits. And if you get it right, you might just be winning a new fishing rod or something. Don't know what we're giving away yet, but we're gonna give away something cool. So let's give you guys a walkthrough on the boat. It's a 19.6 Stratus 294 XL. Up front, we got a big casting deck and a 70-pound thrust Minn Kota. I'm not really sure if this thing works. We haven't tested it out yet. Bill told me it may or may not work. These wires are currently clipped or chewed by a mouse. Either the trolling motor doesn't work or these might be transducer wires that originally went to whatever graph was up front. So, hey, it's a trolling motor. It definitely needs some TLC. It's pretty sun smacked. It's got a few cracks and things like that, but that'll be a test for another day. Up in the very front of the boat, one thing that the Bass Cat didn't have that this does have, which has me super excited, is the electrical and all the panels are up front. We're missing the graph that used to be in here, but all the switches are still intact. Though, you know what, maybe, should I try the trolling motor? Okay, ready? Moment of truth. Does the trolling motor work? This is random. I wasn't gonna do this, but. All right, it's on 100 and it's not going very fast. Could that be a dead battery? Could it be a bad motor? All right, well, the trolling motor does work. That's awesome. Well, maybe we can bring the trolling motor back to life after all. Anyways, so the electrical works up here. That's a huge upgrade from the Bass Cat that had nothing in it whatsoever. Along with that, we do have the electrical in for the nav lights. That was another thing that I struggled with the Basscat is nav lights. So super pumped about the front of the boat. The carpet's not in terrible shape as well. Maybe a carpet cleaner will bring it back to life. New carpet would help, but it's in good shape for what it is. The biggest issue that it has is right here in the cockpit. These seats have definitely seen better days. I don't know exactly what happened to them, but they are destroyed. They actually might be worse than the Basscat, but not a big deal. Not the first time we've replaced seats. So we'll get these things swapped out and we'll figure out what we're gonna do there. The good news is I don't think the floor is rotted out. The floor feels solid. I don't think I'm gonna cut into it, at least right now. We'll see how that goes. But maybe we'll just do carpet replacement on the floor or something. But good news is we're not gonna be repairing any stringers on this boat, which is the best thing ever. Aside from the seats, another thing that's in pretty rough shape is the dashboard. The good news is we have a bunch of gauges, we have a graph, we do have a steering wheel and an ignition, but the bad news is none of them work. We're not really sure. Me and Bill, the guy who owned it, we're kind of going over it. We plugged it into a battery. The dashboard lights, they come on, but none of these buttons actually function. So there is a chance we're gonna have to rewire everything within the dashboard going back. So that's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be very rough. I'm not the best with electrical, but hey, we like a challenge. So hopefully we can get this all back in working order, because the speedometer, the tachometer, none of that works. I think the only gauge that does work is the trim for the motor. So it's all right, we'll figure it out. On the passenger side, we got a dashboard, which is awesome. Having a windshield here in general is gonna make a massive difference. My cousin, who I fish tournaments with, isn't too fond of the Basscat not having a windshield when it's cold out in the spring. So that'll be cool. It does need some TLC. This guy right here is not really hanging in there. It's kind of held on by tape, so we'll have to replace that or fix the hinge on there. This windshield is completely destroyed and cracked, so we'll probably have to try and find a new one of those. And the seal that runs around the side here is missing as well. So nothing crazy. We can get that fixed for sure, but definitely got to do some work on the passenger side. Moving on to the back casting deck. This thing is massive. I absolutely love it. Nothing like having a ton of space when it comes to bass fishing. The bad news is we're gonna need to get some new lids. If you guys look right here, the live well lids are pretty cracked and squishy. Somebody who fishes on those is eventually gonna go through and be in the water with our fish. Hopefully I can hit up my boys at TB Nation. Maybe they can make me some new aluminum lids. That would be super duper hype. I haven't asked them yet, but if you guys are watching this video, maybe hook me up with some lids. So yeah, we're gonna need that fixed for sure, but everything else, not too bad. I think everything else structurally seems pretty sound. We got live wells back here, we got storage, and then in the back, we have a big compartment for our batteries and all that good stuff. On the back, we got a swim ladder, which is pretty cool. Bill had this installed. It did not come on the boat, but I think it's cool to have if I ever decide I want to jump in the water and go swim. And then last but not least, probably the one thing that you guys are eyeballing this whole time is the motor. This is a 2006 Mercury 200 horsepower Optimax. This thing is awesome. It's a giant motor, but the problem that we ran into with that, which kind of went into the negotiation with buying the boat, was it's gonna need some work. The motor does in fact run, but when I went over there to take a look at it, I compression tested it, and sadly the compression is very low on this motor. It's actually lower than the Johnson GT that I had on the Basscat when I bought it, and that was in 1986. So compression is way down. We're gonna have to talk to some people, figure out what we're gonna do about that. Either A, we're gonna be able to diagnose why it has low compression, or B, we're gonna have to rebuild this thing. I've never done that before. I kinda wanna try it. I have some buddies that know a thing or two about these guys, so maybe we gotta pull all the seals out on the piston rings and things like that and get this thing rebuilt to get compression back into it. But on the bright side, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Despite the low compression, she does run. The other problem with it, besides the low compression, is it is not cycling water. It will not pee. When we started it up at the house, we hooked it up to water and everything. It just would not pee. So bad impeller, bad water pump, probably something going on down there. So we haven't wrenched into anything yet, but this motor, it's gonna take some work for sure to get it up and running to its full capabilities. If you guys guessed your price, you might wanna change it now. If there's one thing that's gonna break the bank on this boat, I think it's gonna be this guy right here. I would love to get this up and running, but that can get really expensive really fast. As for everything else, that's about all I know. In the next video, we're gonna open every compartment. We're gonna look at everything in the front and the rear of the boat. We're gonna get underneath this thing. We're gonna actually find out if I'm gonna have a headache of a build here, or maybe we might actually be smooth sailing with this one. As far as the exterior and everything goes, it's in great shape. I think we can bring this back to life with a little wash and wax. I'm really excited about this one. I do genuinely think this is going to be the boat that I'm gonna run long term. The Bass Cat's great. It's really cool. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not in love with the boat as I was when I started. So this is the new project. It's as simple as that. I hope you guys are excited. I'm super excited. I think I got a really good deal on it. It was just coincidence. I happened to meet a really, really nice guy who was willing to work with me on it. And I'm just ecstatic. This is such a sick boat. It has so much potential. It's just whether or not I can make it happen. I think I fine-tuned all my skills in from the Bass Cat. I think like the Bass Cat was like my trial and error boat, and this is gonna be the one that it's like everything's gonna be perfect on it. I hope. I'm no boat builder. I'm just a kid who buys stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but I think we can really make this one look immaculate. I really do. So, all right, you guys have it. This is the new build. I hope you guys are excited. Leave me a comment down below if you want to be entered in to win whatever we're gonna give away. I haven't decided what it is yet, but if you guess the right price, you will get put into a raffle, and we will announce a winner in the next couple of videos. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for supporting me here on the channel. I'm pumped to get back into it. We're gonna be grinding out boat build videos. We have some other cool stuff coming. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.